Here's SoulKey, broke that 100 win club, and he's just wanting to get more and more wins. He's 1-1 against Protoss.
And this guy is extremely solid. He's a Zerg player for SKT114 that just will win time after time. He's very macro-oriented, and he's just so solid. There's, like, not much else to say about him.
Yeah, he's very famous in Korea. Most people in Korea would consider him to be the best Zerg player in the world right now, almost undisputably. And Super, his opponent here, has had a so-so season. He's 4-4.
That's about as even as you can get.
Yeah, even in his Zerg versus Zerg, 1-1.
1-1.
He's had a really good season. I mean, compared to some of the other players on his team, he's also gotten the gold. So, I mean, he's played some really impressive matches this season so far.
Yeah. And he's another solid player. Maybe not at the same level of SoulKey. I'd probably give this one to SoulKey going right into it, but who knows? Maybe we see another Immortal push. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Impossible is nothing. That's what SoulKey would say. Well, the map, by the way, is Yeonsu. One of those really good maps for Immortal pushes. Killer been sharing his secrets with Super. We could see something like that. Whoever wins this match will take their team into a 2-1 lead. It's going to Yeonsu right now for SKT versus MVP, the SPL.
Down here in the bottom left, the yellow Zerg for SKT114. This is SoulKey.
That's orange.
Is it?
Yep. I got you.
You got me, wow. I never would have thought.
His opponent to the top right is in teal. I think some people call it light blue. I might like try to go crazy and say it's indigo, but I don't think so.
Don't go there.
This color was called teal in StarCraft 1. It was like accepted universally as teal. Nobody said, whenever we play that game on fastest possible map, nobody was like, let's attack light blue. They were like, let's get teal. And then they went and got teal.
For some reason,
screwed, man.
Yeah. For some reason, teal, like, I used to play a lot of Age of Empires back in the day. Unfortunately, I was not playing StarCraft 1. I wish I had found out about that game a little earlier, based on how everybody talks so well about it. But teal was always the guy that everybody hated. Like, in any game that I ever played, like, teal was always the first to go down.
In StarCraft 1, there were these games where you could, I don't know why they existed. I don't know who thought it was like a fun game to play, but there was this game type called Comp Stomp. And what you would do is you would get, 7 people in a lobby, and you would all ally each other and kill the one computer. But obviously, that's like no fun and stupid. So what people would do is, of course, join the game, unally, make their own alliances, and then just kill these people who are probably noobs, you would guess, because they're in a comp stomp game. Who is actually good would join a 7 versus 1 comp stomp, and they would just troll them and destroy them. People get really upset about it. I don't know why this existed, but it's like one of those things on the internet, like Twitch plays Pokemon, that just like cannot be explained, but it's something that is true about people. People like to go in a comp stop game, unally people, and ruin their day.
There were always games like 2v2 noobs only.
Oh, those were whoever puts 2v2 noobs only definitely is.
You got like all the experts in there. Like the guy who hosted the game is like a guy who's had 300 games played. He's like, I want to play against noobs and win.
I actually oftentimes played. I put that in my title on US East because I was like, I know this is the way to find the best players. Noobs only. When I was D on Icy Cup, I'm like, D- only. Like, when they're like, you're D, why are you asking for D-? I'm like, I don't know. I could have just said D-, D+, or D, but I said D-.
D-.
Oh, back in the day.
I wish I had played that game now. I really do.
It's definitely a game that's aged well, and I really enjoy watching, you know, the GOM Classic and also the Sonic Star League when they're on when I'm free. It's really still a fun game to watch. I highly encourage you, if you do not follow StarCraft 1, to look up some old highlight videos at the very least. You can see some really cool plays.
Yeah, one of the ones I watched was actually Boxer and all the awesome tricks he used to do. Saw that YouTube video.
No,
Very worth my time.
If you ever install the game and you're really curious about it, it can be quite fun to play as well. But then you will find out, especially if you played StarCraft 2 a lot, just how hard StarCraft 1 is, even in its interface. It's a very difficult game. But it's a challenging game that a lot of people like. Started a pretty big explosion of esports out here in Korea. So talking about these builds, we have a pretty standard game all around for these two. SoulKey has taken a fast third base, and Super is basically just... He's done a gateway expand. He's now adding his forge. Probe getting a little feisty there.
Super is able to take out one probe. That Overseer didn't see anything and was taken out.
Yep.
Sacrificed his life for no reason.
That's
what a shame.
That's oftentimes what happens in war. It's really sad. Now, Forge is completing. He's gotten it, you know, pretty quick after his gates. I wonder what his plan will be here, because he's completely decided to... Oh, he's just going to take a fast third base, looks like. But he's completely neglected any sort of other tech, whether it be Stargate or robotics. And he's going to have a fast +1 with this. May even be able to assassinate this queen. The Zerlings that are on the way are a bit late. Just goes for drones here instead. Anything he can get is awesome, and he time warps the queen.
Time warps the queen. The queen is not going to get away. He's able to take that out. And now he's going to start hitting on this third. A little nice aggression push at Super.
And that third is just not interested, Brendan. Third base is just not that into those stalkers. But he's actually going to be able to escape with his stalkers. He will lose his Zealot for his troubles, but again, any Zerglings that are made instead of drones is, you know, not ideal for a Zerg player.
Yeah. And look at this so far, making that Twilight Council at the front. Not sure if that's the best position for it, but he's going to make it regardless. He has the +1 about halfway done. Could we see Blink here?
Definitely. Oh. Whoa.
As I finish my sentence.
Yeah, that's unexpected. Blink as well, though. So the Dark Shrine will be, you know, it's going to be useful for harass, but also he could use that for Archons a little bit later if he decides to hit that Blink Stalker +2 attack. Definitely not going to be the most usual timing. His Sentry is very exposed and is going to die a sad death.
He's
Cover your
run.
eyes. Oh, will he be saved by the Stalkers?
Look at this Sentry.
He's got the moves.
Soon. He's got the moves like Jagger, man. He's wow.
Yeah,
I want to bring that guy to the club.
I don't know, like, you really want to bring a robot to the club?
Maybe it's not the best decision.
Yeah, I would ask you to reconsider.
Okay, I'll take him.
I beseech you. Do not bring that robot into the club.
Could cause some problems. Some people are racist against robots.
Well, I mean,
it's understandable.
Look at how things turn out in Mos Eisley with the droids. So
exactly.
The this is a weird build. I mean, he's basically cut gates out so long, and he's teched up very quickly to +2 and Blink and DTs. He's gone, and he's getting robotics too on top of all of this, so he's gone down all tech paths possible. He needs to do some damage here to make it worth it. Dark Shrine's always going to be useful, but the first time he comes in here, he would like to damage. I think he's been seen here.
Yeah, he's been spotted,
yeah.
And these units are trying to block the ramp. He's going to be able to, and this Templar is going to have to start hitting on those roaches now.
Yeah. The DTs here don't look like they've really accomplished much. He forced 3 Overseers to be made, which is a small gas commitment. Well, that's not going to work, DT. That's a bit wishful thinking.
Please be
DT.
realistic, DT.
I mean, I never asked you to be a hero DT. I told you just go home. Maybe you could be useful later. I'll make you into an Archon with another DT, but you chose death.
He chose death. And look at this Super getting a Robo Bay. Going to try to go for Colossi. He's also getting charged on top of this. He just has so much tech coming across. I think he's read SoulKey a bit and said to himself, like, SoulKey just, you know, he's not that aggressive of a Zerg player. Maybe I can just take a fast third, get a lot of tech here, and try to build up my army and take it from there.
Part of this comes with the map as well. The third base location he's taken can be defended by rock towers, as we just saw. And you can just force field this with 2 force fields. And then any attack that SoulKey wants to send his way is just easily shut down. I mean, he's even actually trapping and killing some of these roaches right now from the high ground. The Mothership Core is always there. There's no anti-air, so that's just going to constantly be doing damage.
Yeah. Having the Mothership Core there is going to probably make SoulKey not feel the greatest about this attack. He's moving back. He's taking a 4th base pretty good timing here. He's going to see the Colossus as well, and he's going to know exactly what Super's going for.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 6 gates coming up, finally, to be able to actually start getting some more units to join into his army. The Spire here going to be used for Mutalisk. He starts 8 of them, and we'll see how much damage he can get done. There's not a lot of anti-air just now, and if he gets some serious damage done here, then can definitely turn the tides for basically allowing Super to get so ahead tech-wise for little punishing.
Yeah. I'm just worried about SoulKey a little bit later. I mean, Super is going to have Archons with the DT tech that he was able to get out. He also has the Blink Stalker. He's going for +3 as well. As long as he can defend his base with enough cannons, like, his army is going to be so strong against what SoulKey has when he moves across the map.
Yeah, if he can defend his bases, his push is going to be strong that he may decide to send. He's going to have, even as Double Forge right now, mind you, he has 3-1 on the way versus just now the first armor upgrade for SoulKey. Now, this is the first time he's identified the Mutalisk. I mean, he has no idea. He had a cannon there for precaution, but his Stalkers are out of position fighting these roaches. He has no Phoenixes. He's making, double Colossus tech right here. Oh, the Observer is there. This is terrible for SoulKey. He's losing so much right now.
Yeah, that was actually really bad. I mean, that was incredible force fielding out of Super. They're able to take out a huge chunk of that army, and now this army of Super is moving across the map. SoulKey doesn't have much. He's trying to get those swarm hosts out.
Yep, he needs more time, and it doesn't look like Super's going to give it to him here. That base in the top left is an interesting afterthought, but it's not going to be too useful here. And I mean, I think he really thought he was going to force more of a reaction out of Super with these Mutalisks, but the Mutalisk count was just too low. And he's not worried about it even slightly. He's just going to push his way across the map. Those force fields really changed the game. And I mean, he's going to try to set up a flank here, but he's spotted again.
Yeah, he's forced to bring back his Mutas to defend this, but it's just not the composition you want right now. He was able to get 7 of the Swarm Hosts out, but I'm not sure if that's enough. He has Corruptors on the way, but it's also only just 5. And this is a really big, huge, actually, Protoss army right in the middle of all of the SoulKey's bases.
It's all about micro here. The Corruptors, like you said, are going to be pretty helpful. It's not a lot, but every little thing counts, especially when you got Locust coming on one side, Zergians coming from the south. Got a little bit of flank set up here. He targets those Colossi down with his Mutalisk. 1 is down, 2 are down. 3rd one goes down as well, but does he have enough to deal with the Stalkers here? I don't think so.
No, it's not enough. So many Stalkers, 37 right at the 3rd base. Those Mutas are forced to go away, and blinking on top of the army is Super. Looks like he's going to blink on all those drones as well.
I want to know what he's making right now. Is he trying to get more Swarm Hosts out? Is that going to be his solution here? Because there is detection with this army. The Swarm Hosts are starting to whittle the Stalker count down a little bit. And he needs that wave of Locusts so badly right now. It does actually save him for now. And that Colossus is a bit exposed.
Yeah, Colossus exposed here. He is going to go down, but the Blink Stalker is trying to fight as well, taking out a big chunk of the Zerg army at the same time. He was able to take out the Spire and the Infestation Pit with all of his Blink Stalkers. So a big tech hit going to SoulKey right now.
Yep. Back at home, a 4th base is added here. SoulKey has that weird 5th, hatchery over there that you could send some drones over to, but that's a bit dangerous right now. Doesn't have a whole lot of drones left to send. And even a DT here is causing some problems. GG. What an upset here. Super takes out SoulKey.
I don't know, man. I jokingly said to you during the break, Super's going to take this. I guess I jinxed SoulKey. But Super, what a game. That was actually a really cool build.
Did you actually mean it when you said that you thought he was going to win?
There was a little bit of meaning behind it, but most of it was a joke.
I thought you were joking. You looked like extremely confident. I was like, I want to know your reasons. We need to talk about this, but we only have a very short break. Because I mean, Super is definitely good, but I don't think anybody would have said that he was on the same level as SoulKey, especially not with SoulKey's recent results.
The reason I said it mainly was because Protoss, 2 games in a row taking out Zergs and doing it again.
Wow,
could be possible, and he actually does it against what we called, the best Zerg